I just found out my mom has been stealing money from me. I'm 27. I've lived on my own since I was 23, and I've always had an okay relationship with my mom. I say okay because she's always been a little complicated. One of those overprotective mothers who has to give her opinion on everything in your life, from the clothes you wear to how you decorate your apartment. I never saw it as a big problem because I always thought, well, she's my mom. Deep down, she just wants what's best for me. I work in IT, and ever since I started in the field, I've made a decent living. Nothing extravagant, but enough to live comfortably. My mom always knew this, and since she struggled financially after divorcing my dad, I helped when I could. I'd pay an electric bill here, buy her a birthday gift there, give her a little extra at Christmas. It was never an obligation. I did it because I wanted to. But over the past few months, things stopped adding up. At first, it was just small amounts missing from my account. Nothing alarming. 20 bucks, 30 bucks, which I chalked up to some automatic charge I forgot about. Then came a $100 withdrawal I didn't remember making. Still, I blamed myself. Promised I'd start paying more attention to my statements. Then came the final blow, a $200 cash withdrawal from my savings account, an in-person withdrawal. I panicked, called the bank, filed a formal complaint, and asked for the security footage from the branch. I thought it'd be a bureaucratic nightmare, but the rep told me, luckily, they had footage from that day and I could come in to review it. And that's when the ground fell out from under me. The person in the video was my mom. Yes, the same woman who asked me for help to pay the gas bill, who cried over how expensive her car insurance was, who said she didn't know how she'd afford her blood pressure meds. There she was, withdrawing $200 from my account, using my card and an ID that clearly wasn't hers. She had on a cheap baseball cap to hide part of her face, but I'd recognize that walk, that tacky red purse, and that floral shirt anywhere. My first reaction was denial. Maybe it was someone who looked like her. Maybe she borrowed the card and forgot to tell me. Maybe. But the evidence was overwhelming. I went home in shock, tore through my things, and realized my spare card, the one I never use, wasn't where I always kept it. My mom had a copy of my apartment key, something I'd never questioned because, she's my mom, and she had likely been letting herself in when I wasn't home to take the card. I decided to investigate, pulled my bank statements from the past 6 months and started noting every suspicious transaction. By the end, I discovered my mom had taken over $4,500 from me. I felt physically sick, and the most surreal part? When I confronted her over the phone, I couldn't wait to do it in person, she flat out denied it, said I was crazy, said she'd never do that I must be confused. When I mentioned the video, she cried, claimed it was a misunderstanding, that she was desperate because of debts, and said, "You're rich anyway, you wouldn't even miss it." She really said that. I was in shock for days. It felt like I was living a nightmare. I started rethinking every moment she'd been kind to me, bringing over food, helping tidy up my place, stopping by just to say hi while I worked. Now it all felt like part of a plan, a calculated, manipulative plan. The craziest thing happened the following weekend. I had made up my mind to change the locks and cut contact for a while, but before I could do that, I walked into my mom standing in my apartment in the middle of the night. She was in my kitchen making tea, said she felt something was wrong, and came to see if I needed anything at 2 a.m. I froze, looked at her like she was a stranger. She tried to act like it was normal, but when I asked her to leave, she snapped. Started screaming, crying, calling me ungrateful, saying I was being cruel to her. I almost called the cops. That day, I changed every lock, collected every key copy I'd ever given her, and for the first time in my life, I blocked my mom's number. It wasn't easy. I stayed up all night staring at the ceiling, wondering how we got to this point. In the days that followed, I found out she was stealing money from my younger brother, too. He's 22 and still lives with her. When I told him everything, he broke down. Said that for months, the cash he'd been saving in a piggy bank kept disappearing. He always assumed he was just being careless. Now it all made sense. I decided to talk to my dad, who's been divorced from my mom for over 10 years. He was blunt, but straightforward. I'm not surprised. He told me stories from when they were married, petty thefts, hidden bills, maxed out cards behind his back. I never knew any of that. Now here I am writing this for you, Reddit, because honestly, I don't know how to handle this. Part of me wants to cut all ties and never speak to her again. Another part feels this crushing guilt. She's my mom, after all. The woman who raised me, fed me, made sacrifices for me. And deep down, I know she has untreated financial and emotional issues. But how do you trust someone who sneaks into your home, steals from you, and then pretends nothing happened? Everyone around me has strong opinions. My friends say I should go to the police. My brother wants to move out immediately. My dad told me to go to therapy before making any decisions. All I know is I can't look at my mom the same way anymore. The story got even weirder when a few days later, she sent me flowers with a note saying, "Forgive me, I just wanted what's best for you." Well, who sends flowers to apologize for theft? I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I sought legal advice. A lawyer told me I could file a police report, but it would probably destroy the relationship completely. He suggested trying an informal agreement first, but honestly, I don't see how to negotiate with someone who won't admit what they did. So here I am writing this post, trying to figure out when my life turned into a bad drama movie script. I never imagined I'd be robbed by my own mother. Never imagined I'd have to change my locks to protect my money from the woman who gave birth to me. If I have one piece of advice for anyone reading this, it's never ignore the small signs. The missing $20, the card out of place, the borrowed key that never came back, they all matter. I ignored them out of love, naivety, not wanting to see the obvious. And now I'm stuck with a mountain of pain that might never go away. I still don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll cut ties for a while. Maybe I'll demand she pays me back. Maybe deep down I just need time to process it all. All I know is, now more than ever, I understand that saying, trust is like glass. Once it's broken, it's never the same again. Comment, what would you do in this situation? If you like this video, don't forget to like and share so we can bring you more stories like this. Keep an eye out for more stories. Hope you have a good day.